So I actually asked her if she, not only did I attend the foundation, I asked her if she would come host in New York City because I was so inspired um, by her being and by her capacity to help you see all the things that are rumbling inside of your mind, like all the points of views that are coming up, and like being able to clear them. I mean, really, I mean, if I can call myself a student, really, that's the one thing that she has really inspired in me, helped me with, I don't know, empowered me, all the words that you want to use, is to really ask questions of myself, like to be aware of, okay, well, what is that? And so I was really excited to invite her to do a foundation in New York. It was very selfish. I wanted to do foundation with her, and I wanted to introduce her to people in New York. And so that I could empower other people through her to have that same experience and make New York a better place. That's the number one reason. And then, you know, Glenise has a way about her where she gives you space to be more aware of yourself. And also, there is just absolutely no inkling or energy of judgment. It is just being in the question, and that's it. And it's like, well, let's change this. Do you want to change this? And so from that perspective, not only learning that from her, but I think, you know, we're in a world where we're used to being judged. And when you can just have someone who's just a clear, open slate on anything, it doesn't even matter. You know, is it digging your nose? I don't care if you dig your nose. What's the value of that? Well, that's really lovely. Anyway, I'm just trying to say, like, it could be something that might not be, you know, other people might turn their nose up at, and she's just there with you. And with you to the extent of like, let's do this, let's change this, let's get to it. As a result of that, I've just had this like, so much more space in my life. It's like, how could I kind of even give a before and after situation? Just, well, I will just say with judgment with myself, there are so many things that I would have judged myself about before foundation and before working with her in general, where now it's just like, okay, this is what it is. What do I want to do with it? Whereas before I'd have been like, oh my God, I really screwed up. Blah, 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 blah. There is no more of that. And I credit Glenise for actually being that. And in her being that, inviting me to be that too. So yeah, I am aware of my self-judgment capacities. And they're just dissolving and dissolving and dissolving into nothingness. Into what else is possible, interesting point of view. And everything's the opposite of what it appears to be. And nothing's the opposite of what it appears to be. Yeah. Looking back on it, I know that we had a ton of fun, and it would have been great for me to listen to just the audio before to remember if there was a specific moment. I mean, I do remember really getting clear on what it was I wanted to create. And not that I hadn't done that before. I think the difference in doing it with her that day was like really looking at, okay, is this what you want to create, or is this what someone else wants you to create or expects of you, and all of that kind of stuff. Specifically right now, nothing's popping for me. What is popping for me, Carrie, is working with Lenice last summer. I did some privates with her, and I did, um, I'm not sure what she called it, but it was basically like working on your business with her. And I remember, so traditionally, over the past few years, the summer just has always been slow for me. I mean, like slow, slow, slow months, probably making, I don't know, maybe like 5 grand a month or something like that. And I had just kind of decided that nothing else was possible. And I started working with her, and the month of July, which is usually pretty slow, I made 10 grand. And I didn't even know how I made 10 grand. It was like, huh? What just happened here? And, you know, we were working together on all of my points of views and clearing that, and like what would be fun for you, and um, all the wonderful little charts and things and lists that she sometimes provides and that I sometimes do. um, but yeah, it was like, and I know we were going through this space of sinking into all of life comes to me with ease, joy, and glory. And next thing I knew, I was like, where did this $10,000 come from? I was like, I was having so much fun doing it that it just didn't even cross my mind that it, you know, turned into a somewhat normal month, you know, like a double in income. So yeah, I mean, that I remember straight out. Um, and also just being kind of like, whoa. Basically, she opened up the space for me to receive something completely different. And I'm not saying I didn't do anything either. I'm just saying, you know, with her guidance, with her coaching, with her energy, with all of her, you know, it is the best thing ever. It will just completely blow your world open. And by that, I mean like give you greater awareness around all the areas of your life that are just screwed up. Okay, yes. And where you're judging yourself and where you're judging life, and where you can open the space to actually have more ease and peace and live life uh, the way you desire to. Yeah, it really gets you out of the trauma and the drama and gets you into having more of you, more of you. And the way that Glenice runs, um, her foundations, I love the way that she spends so much time with the body. So like we're with the body, and we're also aware of the spaciousness that we truly are and that we can truly be. Um, and so you walk out like ready to rule the world, ready to create different things, ready to, but you're like cowabunga, right? Like unstoppable, right? And then, yeah, I mean, anyone who's considering foundation, I mean, obviously choose what's light for you. I would never, and I don't think anyone who facilitates foundation would ever want to force you into it. And if you want something different, you desire for your life to open up more, for you to have more, be more, perceive more, all of that stuff. Yeah. And especially Glenice's foundation, which is also luscious and yummy and fun and contributes so much to your body too. It's yeah, I would highly recommend it. Highly recommended. 5 stars. And then what's so awesome is she gives you tools afterwards. She gives you like this whole toolbox afterwards that you can play with to like extend that. So you have all these tools like at your fingertips that you can keep listening to beyond you know, uh, the audios of the class and beyond what you actually experience, just to allow you to keep exploring and keep receiving and keep allowing that space to come into your life. Because you've experienced it once or more than once. It's always there for you. It's just, allowing yourself to be there. I think what I love about working with Glenise is she's so aware of what's happening in the room, in the space. Well, okay, I'm talking about for foundation, like if you're in the room with her. She's so aware, she actually invites the space for it to come up out of you and into the room to be cleared if you choose it. If you choose it. And it's wonderful to be in that space because you know that you're held. And I know that's one of those words I usually say I'm held by the earth, um, to know that you are, I think I probably said this before, in that space of non-judgment. So it's just ease for whatever it is to come up and come out. So thank you.